For this week's coffee break, I thought let's talk about the strategy panic pivot. What is the strategy panic pivot? The strategy panic pivot is when a leader has a strategy for how they're going to approach some aspect of their business. And then, after some time, there's an abrupt, that's not working. We've got to do something different. It's usually driven by some kind of scary metrics or some pressure that's coming down from the board or from the CEO, from a peer, maybe from the numbers that are coming in. But it's this sudden, intense push to say, everything we've been doing, throw it out. Let's do something different right away. We abandon strategies before we've given them due time to sort of play out. No matter what kind of strategy you are deploying, it takes time to turn a ship and see motion in a new direction. And the bigger the ship, the change, or the organization size, the slower that motion is going to be until you get moving in the new direction. A 180 turn takes a little more time than just pivoting by 30 degrees or so. What happens with the panic pivot is there's not really a ton of measured thought behind it. There isn't we said we would give this 6 months and we would use these indicators to tell us, do we need to abandon this strategy and try something new? Or do we need to give it more time? There's not a lot of intense measurement or rigor that goes into that panic pivot. That's why I call it a panic pivot. And it often takes the form of what those of you who are my age will remember as the Hail Mary pass, meaning, oh man, we're not going to hit our numbers. Let me just do this wild throw of the ball and hope that somebody's going to catch it. And we'll say a Hail Mary and maybe this new strategy is going to close that revenue gap or is going to save my position as leader, or, you fill in the blanks here. We've all seen others engage in the panic pivot, and it's very hard to recognize when you yourself are the one who's engaging in a panic pivot. Panic pivots are really hard on your team. They have often a much deeper understanding than you do of how long and how much work is involved in making this strategy come to life and giving it the time to see, have we left it in market long enough to see if it's going to work? And they have a sense of how long it's going to take this pivot to do the same, right? They know you can pivot, but it's going to be 6 months minimum before you're going to see if it's working or not. So it's not going to function as a Hail Mary solution here. So how do you avoid the panic pivot? Let's say you're going to indulge yourself and say, I don't think this is a panic pivot I'm doing here. This is a legit idea. It's a great strategy. We need to move in this direction fast as possible. I am not falling prey to the panic pivot mindset. Okay, I'll go there with you. If that's the case, or if it's not, if you're admittedly engaging in a panic pivot here, let's at least set up this strategy rollout for success. So what I'm going to push you on is, do you know how long is it going to take to see traction? How long is it going to take to get the enablement pieces together, to get the website updated, to get the service delivery model down, whatever kind of strategy we're talking about? It takes work, right? If it was easy, you would have done it yesterday. You'd have pivoted every other day. There's a lot that goes into it. So have that conversation with your leaders. How long, realistically speaking, what is the soonest we could possibly know if this is working? That's step one. What is the time span and the horizon? Document it. 2, how will we know? How will we know? What are our leading and lagging indicators? You want to use the business terminology. How are we going to know if this is working or not? At least indicators that it's working well or that we're on the right track. Document that stuff. Those are the kinds of questions you want to really press your leadership team to help you answer before you make a strategy pivot. Even if you're committed to this next pivot and you're telling me it's not a panic pivot, if it's not a panic pivot, then we can do this work, right? We can do the work to make sure we're not in the same exact place a few months from now. because that gives your team whiplash. It exhausts them, it frustrates them, it disengages them. You want them to be excited about the new strategic direction, and you want them to be confident that you, as a leader, are committed to seeing it through and giving it time to bear fruit. And sometimes it helps you recognize, okay, I need results before 6 months. And now I'm sort of having to grapple with the reality that that's not where this is going to come from. And it also allows you to bring to your team, hey, these are the numbers that I'm feeling really concerned about. I know a full-on change in strategy is not going to get us there overnight. What can we do now? What ideas do you have? Right? Help me solve this problem so that we don't do a strategic change overnight when we should actually stay the course. So if you want to talk more about strategy, you want some kind of sounding board to think through, should I pivot? Should I stay the course? Am I holding out too long to see if results are going to come and it's evident that they're not? I'm happy to be a strategic thought partner to you. It's a form on my website. Fill it out, we'll connect.